What's up you guys? Welcome to the channel. So today I'll be sharing my experience on why I did not attend university at my age. Because let's face it, at this age, everybody's gonna ask you,
are you studying? Are you in university? What are you studying? Why aren't you studying? And what are you gonna do in the future?
and if you're not studying in university, most probably you'll be looked down upon. Because it's Singapore, right? I'm gonna share 3 reasons why I chose not to attend university. And I hope that will just make sense to some of you. What I'm doing is just to share. I'm not trying to ask or persuade anyone not to go to university, because if you are intending to go and get a professional job, I think that's the path to go. But if you want to create your own businesses and you're passionate about it, then if a university course cannot provide something that you want, then obviously you will not go for something that you don't need, right? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first reason, and I cannot stress this enough, for me, first reason why I chose not to go to university is because I get to not be in debt. It's quite simple, right? University students, they are normally in debt, or at least if their parents are not paying for them lah. Normally an average course will set you back about $20,000 to $30,000 in the whole 3 to 4 years. And what I can do with that money, I can use it to invest and generate returns on it for these 4 years, instead of giving it to somebody that is just giving you general education, public for all kind of information. I think I can put that money to a better use and learn a skill out of it from it itself. So what I mean is, let's say we take $30,000 and we have modest returns of 6% a year. So 6% of 30,000 is about $1,800 a year. Multiply it by 4, get at least about almost $8,000 compounding. Now this does not seem like much. Like,
What? Only about $8,000 saved in returns over 4 years?
but if you think about it, you're not in debt, you have learned an investing skill for life, and also it compounds upon itself. So meaning if your course costs $50,000, you obviously will get more returns out of the $50,000. And this brings me to the next point. You get to earn money during those 4 years. So in those 4 years, I'll be working, making money every year, maybe about 20 to 24K in savings every year, instead of spending it like on stuffs.
Like trying to impress people in your uni, trying to get the latest item, trying to show off, trying to hang out with people that you don't need to hang out with, trying to fit in.
All this money can be saved up easily and bring you more returns every year. If you manage to save 24K every year for 4 years, it gives you about 96K, right? After 4 years. So if you have about 6% returns on it every year, compounded, at the end of 4 years, you have about $111,000. $111,000! That's not including all the money you have saved, and maybe you make even more from your investments or money you get from somewhere else. Who is gonna get $100,000 straight out of uni? No one. Now to my last and third point, I get to learn a new skill in those 4 years. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm learning new business ideas, video editing, I'm doing investments, and having the time and energy to meet new people and go and network around with important people. And I even get to study things that I'm passionate about: real estate, investing. All this can't be done if you're in uni, right? Because each person only has 24 hours a day, and you need those hours to get good grades. Unless you are pursuing a doctor's job, a dentist's job, an accountant's job, or some form of professional position that you're trying to go after, you will definitely need a degree, because that's what companies want, right? They're looking for people with talent and good grades. And that's where you have to climb the corporate ladder slowly over years. That's just not for me, but that will be another topic in another video. Now, before any parent hates me for what I just said,
Answer, dislike.
obviously in Singapore, you need good grades in primary school to go into a good secondary school, to get into maybe a good JC or a good course in poly, and then from there you move on in life, right? So no matter what, good grades are necessary in your early life in Singapore to get what you want for the future. You definitely need good grades, but that doesn't mean the end of the world if you don't get them lah. Just know what you're passionate about, pursue it, and never give up, right? So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like me sharing about all these stuffs and life in Singapore, do feel free to comment and give a thumbs up. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. So I managed to find out this really cool compound interest calculator. What I did was input the current principal after 4 years of $100,000, as you can see here, and then we add maybe just 24,000 every year for 4 years, and the interest rate will be about 6%. At the end of those 4 years, which means a total of 8 years, you get $237,000. Now 6% is a really modest interest rate, I would say. Maybe let's go for 10. Some can get 12 or even more, but 10%, let's see how much we will have. $269,000 almost. That's $250,000. So you can see how compound interest works in your favor if you start early. Just some food for thought.